Coming up on Winthrop Close Up, see how the tourism increase is affecting the Rock Hill area.
Also, see Thompson's new sustainability initiative next on Close Up.
Learn more about how the Queen is sharing her crown.
Welcome to Winthrop Close Up. My name is Crystal Thomason.
And I'm Daniel James. Think the South is full of small towns? Well, you would be wrong. Reporter William Richard crunches the numbers on the growth of Charlotte.
I'm here reporting from downtown Charlotte, where growth is happening as we speak. Already the second largest city in the Southeast, the Queen City is growing by an estimated 44 people per day. As of 2013, the population was just 800,000, but that number will be drastically increasing in the near future.
Yeah, the numbers we've been using in this foreseeable horizon, which will be in the next 20, 30 years, is another around 400,000 people. So it's the equivalent, we like to say, is equivalent to adding another city to Charlotte.
With a solid mix of culture and entertainment, Charlotte has been welcoming a younger demographic.
A lot of folks coming are young people who are coming here to look for jobs. And so I think it is like almost half the people who come here are under the age of 35.
While Charlotte's popularity may have reached national levels, many residents won't notice the growth at first glance.
Growing up in Charlotte, you really won't notice that your city's growing because you've been in that one neighborhood or that one spot. You really won't notice it until you watch the news and you see how the city is viewed nationally.
With a population of 800,000, Charlotte is already among the top 20 cities inside the U.S. in terms of size. But if growth rates stay the same, they could reach 1 million people by 2029, something only 10 other cities have done this far. I'm William Richard with Winthrop Close Up. Back to you guys.
Charlotte isn't the only city attracting crowds. Rock Hill is also on the map. Last weekend, soccer fans and players flocked to our home city. 22 teams participated in the Manchester Cup hosted by Winthrop University. Teams across the South looked forward to it every year. The Cup is known as the top college soccer showcase in the South, with this being the first Cup under the new head coach, Daniel Riddenhauer.
From the Manchester Cup to the recent Democratic Forum at Winthrop University, Rock Hill has gotten its share of attention. Zach Rieger explores how tourism impacts our economy.
Tourism within South Carolina has become a $20 billion industry over the past 3 years. With the increased tourism, the focus in the economy has tended to lean more towards developments to attract tourism in the Rock Hill and York County areas.
I think we look at manufacturing and industry a little bit different than we do the tourism and hospitality industry, but it contributes a great deal to our local economy.
This contribution to Rock Hill's economy has not gone unnoticed, with there being multiple plans to help increase York County and Rock Hill's presence for tourists and visitors. Rock Hill's plan to increase tourism includes renovating Fountain Park, where they plan on building a host of new hotels, office buildings, and stores for the community. Along with the increase of urban development to help attract tourists, Rock Hill has also looked towards athletic events to bring in more of the out-of-state visitors.
When the World Cup for Quidditch came to Rock Hill last year, there was a definite increase in tourism for Rock Hill from all over the country.
All of this growth from sporting events and urban development means big changes for Rock Hill if the tourism increase can keep thriving.
It gives us a competitive advantage in the industry, and it overflows with our shop.
With the developments in Rock Hill still being put in motion on top of what has already been created, it seems that Rock Hill will have plenty of ways to attract tourists for years to come. Zach Rieger, Winthrop Close Up.
Be sure to tune into our show next week, where we go into part 2 on Rock Hill's tourism expansion.
Coming up, see how Winthrop welcomed its incoming freshman class.
For Thompson to-go meals, disposable cups are out and reusable bottles are in. Find out more next here on Winthrop Close Up.
Welcome back to Winthrop Close Up. Dining Services promote sustainability with the use of the Bring Your Own Cup campaign, trayless dining, and buying locally. But more can be done. I spoke to a student with a solution. March 3rd, Thompson served over 1,500 people, but 285 pounds of food was wasted. 285 pounds is the equivalent of 1,140 quarter pounders. Over 1,000 burgers that no one gets to eat.
When you go into Thompson at like 6:50, you're 10 minutes away from the dining hall being closed, and there are just like trayfuls of food that are just sitting there and no one's eating. There's like a dozen people in the dining hall, and there's food enough to feed like 100 people.
Mallory Crimmy is in the process of starting a chapter of the Food Recovery Network on campus. The Food Recovery Network takes the food that dining services would ordinarily throw out at the end of the day to a charitable organization that can distribute it to the community.
So when you start looking at sustainability, it's much more layered than just thinking about recycling or driving an efficient car or using an electric car. There's a lot of different considerations.
One of these considerations is food insecurity. According to the USDA, 49 million people lived in food insecure households in 2013. This initiative hopes to provide for those in need.
Winthrop we're a pretty good school, and we're a very green school. I think there's still a lot of things we can do.
The Bring Your Own Cup campaign and the Food Recovery Initiative show that faculty and students are working toward a more sustainable campus. If you are interested in the Food Recovery Network, contact Mallory Crimmy at crimmy3@winthrop.edu.
The campus is not only going green, it's trying to stay green. Winthrop is known for its beautiful flowers and trees, but some of your favorite trees might soon be coming down. Most of the trees on campus are willow oaks. These only live for about 75 to 100 years. To reduce the risk of a tree falling on students, buildings, or cars, many are being cut down.
On campus. And again, we are aware that we have lost some trees and that we are actively looking at how we can replace those.
Coordinator Chris Johnson started a committee involving students and faculty. This committee will create a plan for planting a diverse array of trees. From planting trees to saving the environment, students are getting involved. Emily Gill shows you how a new initiative is reducing waste, one paper cup at a time.
Thompson Cafeteria recently announced the BYOC initiative, or the Bring Your Own Cup initiative. Starting April 12th, students will use their own cups for to-go meals instead of paper cups.
Residents are not happy about sustainability and our efforts of sustainability, so we thought that if maybe we took away the cup for to-go, we'd be getting rid of a little bit more waste.
Several students see the benefit of the initiative.
There's a lot of trash that comes from, the to-go stuff. You have the to-go box, and then you have that paper cup. And I think if you just get rid of one thing, that will greatly decrease the amount of waste that Winthrop produces.
Others aren't as keen on the idea, but it might grow on them. Some students aren't happy about the idea of the responsibility of bringing their own cup for their beverage, but depending on the bottle they bring, they could be getting more bang for their buck.
You could bring a bigger cup and get more milk for your room. I just think that it's going to benefit them more than they think, and I think they're just grumbling because they have to remember to bring a cup or a water bottle.
If all goes well, the initiative will benefit the school, the students, and the environment. Emily Gill, Winthrop Close Up.
To find out more about the initiative, contact Chris Johnson at johnsonc@winthrop.edu. Now it's time for our weekly Fitness for You segment to keep you in shape for the summer coming up.
I teach ab attack for group fitness at the West Center. In ab attack, what we do is we work out the core, so we're working out those ab muscles, the obliques, upper and lower abs.
Nice, get as low as you can, using those abs to keep you up. Nice. Give me 2 more. 3, 2, 1.
We're continuously working on them throughout the 25-minute period, taking brief breaks just to stretch them out and take a breath and get water if needed.
3, 2, 1, and drop.
I also like to incorporate some lower back exercises in my class just because we are putting so much strain on our ab muscles that I also want to make sure that we're including strength in our lower backs as well.
3, 2, 1, and drop. Nice job, guys.
Coming up, see what brought hundreds of students on Winthrop's campus. Welcome back to Winthrop Close Up. An annual event, Winthrop Day, is known for its high energy for the incoming freshman class. I was there to capture the fun. After an academic showcase in the morning, hundreds of high school seniors and their families were able to experience the more social side of the university.
A good way for students to kind of really get to know Winthrop and really kind of get involved in it and become a part of it.
I already know that I'm gonna be determined and on top of my schoolwork, so it was more better to see what I can get involved in on top of that.
The fun continued throughout the campus where students enjoyed music, food, and various novelties. All visiting students had already been accepted, but for some, the visit made them more eager for the fall.
I love Winthrop Day. I knew a long time ago that I was going to come here, and this is just making it better and making me more excited for when I actually do move in.
Winthrop Ambassador Jordan Lewis spent the day escorting and assisting various families. For Lewis, Winthrop Day is one of his favorite duties in the position.
Worldwide Winthrop Day is really our biggest day of the year, and it's really a culmination of all the other things we do all year long, and this is our big push to get people enrolled to come in the fall.
Lewis in particular is excited to know which students he'll see in the fall.
Every fall we get to see everything that we did the previous year we get to see all that stuff put into fruition, so it's a really good experience.
My favorite part of Worldwide Winthrop Day was meeting the incoming freshman students. We even got to speak to one aspiring anchor right here in the studio.
That's really cool. I know a lot of students really like the Woo on Them theme. You saw everyone dabbing from the students to faculty. I even saw Big Stuff doing a couple dabs here and there.
Awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. Make sure to follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Winthrop Close Up to stay up to date on campus news. See you next week.